Hello, my dear friends. This is Rajesh Mahapatra. I hope all of you are doing well and happiness. In this session, I'll be telling you about the concept of Terraform and how it works. I'll show you in the lab how to create a new Linux server or VM using Terraform code in multiple ways. Apart from this, I'll show you in the lab how to destroy your new Linux server using Terraform commands. Let's get started. Guys, first of all, I'll explain what Terraform is and why it is required. Terraform is an open source infrastructure as a code tool developed by Hasi Corporation. Terraform allows you to define and manage your infrastructure using code. It allows users to define and manage their cloud infrastructure such as virtual machines, network, storage and more using a declarative configuration language. With Terraform, you can create, modify and destroy resources in various cloud providers, data center and infrastructure services in a consistent and reproducible manner. Terraform supports multiple cloud providers including Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, Microsoft Azure and more. It enables you to manage resources across the different cloud platforms using the unified configuration and workflows. Terraform configuration file written in a domain-specific language DSL called the Hasi Corporation Configuration Language SCL, which allows users to define their desired infrastructure state in a declarative ways. You specify what resources you want and their properties, and the Terraform handles the details of creating and managing them. Terraform understands the relationship between the resources and their dependencies, allows it to create resources in the correct order. Guys, this is ensure that your infrastructure is provisioned correctly without manual intervention. Terraform keeps tracks of the state of your infrastructure in a state file. This file stores the mapping between resources you declared and the resources were created, and allowing Terraform to manage and update your infrastructure efficiently. Why Terraform is required. Terraform is required for the several reasons, which makes it a valuable tool for managing and provisioning infrastructure. Like Terraform enables you to define your infrastructure as a code. Terraform supports multiple cloud providers, allowing you to manage resources across the different platforms using a unified workflows. By using Terraform, you can automate the provisioning and management of infrastructure resources, ensuring that your infrastructure is consistently deployed and maintained across the different environment. Guys, Terraform covers the entire lifecycle of infrastructure resources. It can create, modify, delete resources, allowing you to manage the infrastructure throughout its lifetime. It makes easier to update configuration, scale resources to retire infrastructure component when no longer needed. The Terraform maintains a state file that keeps tracks of the current state of the infrastructure. This state file allows the Terraform to understand the delta between the desired state and the current state and apply only for the necessary changes. Guys, as you can see here, the Terraform allows you to define, create and manage your infrastructure resources across the various cloud providers and services. Basically, the core Terraform's workflow consists of 3 stages like write, plan, apply and state management. Guys, as you can see here, in the write stage, the Terraform integrates with different cloud providers such as AWS, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure and more. You can specify the provider you want to work with in your configuration file along with the necessary authentication and credential. Guys, secondly, the plan stage. Once you have defined your configuration file, you can run the Terraform plan command. Terraform analyzes the configuration and compare it to the current state of the infrastructure and generates an execution plan. The plans outline the action Terraform will take to reach the desired state, including the creation and modification or deletion of the resources, guys. Thirdly, in the apply stage, after reviewing the plan, you can execute the changes by running the Terraform apply command. The Terraform then communicates with the cloud provider API to create, modify or delete the necessary resources. It brings the actual infrastructure state in the line with the desired state defined in your configuration file. Guys, as you can see here, Terraform maintains a state file, usually named terraform.tf state, and that keeps track the moment of state of your infrastructure. This file records the information about provisioned resources, their metadata and dependencies. The state file is crucial for Terraform to track the changes and perform update accurately. Guys, as you know, if you make changes to your configuration file such as adding or modifying resources, Terraform compares the new desired state with the current state. It determines the necessary action to be performed, apply only the required changes to bring the infrastructure into the desired state. You can create a configuration file. The file extension is .tf and that describes the desired infrastructure resources including provider, resources variable and modules. These files define the infrastructure elements you want to provision and manage. Guys, you define the resource which may be across the multiple cloud provider services. For example, you might create a configuration to deploy an application on virtual machine in a virtual private cloud VPC network with the security group and a load balancer. Guys, I hope so now you can understand how does the Terraform work. Guys, the Terraform init, Terraform plan, Terraform apply and Terraform destroy commands are essential commands in the Terraform that serves the different purposes throughout the infrastructure provisioning and management process. First of all, we'll discuss about Terraform init command. Guys, basically the Terraform init command used to initialize a Terraform working directory and it prepares the directory to interact with the selected cloud provider like Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure and the AWS and blah blah. And guys, then downloading the necessary provider plugins and setting up a backend configuration. And guys, it reads the configuration file in the directory and install any required dependencies. Guys, now you can understand what actually the Terraform init command is it. In the Terraform plan command, the Terraform plan command generates an execution plan based on your current state of the infrastructure and the desires specified in the Terraform configuration file. It compares the two states, the current state and the desired state, then identify the necessary changes and provides the detailed preview of the action that Terraform will take to achieve the desired state. Guys, it doesn't make any changes to the infrastructure. It only shows what will happen and when the Terraform apply command is executed. I hope so. Now guys, you can understand what is the function of Terraform plan command. Guys, as you can see here, the Terraform apply command. The Terraform apply command is used to apply the changes defined in the Terraform configuration file to the infrastructure. It reads the configuration and compare it to the current state and create, modify or deleted resources as necessary. It interacts with the cloud provider API to provision and modify the infrastructure resources based on the execution plan generated by Terraform plan command. Guys, I'll show you in the lab. The command prompts for confirmation before making any changes. You can write yes and then press enter. Then it will create your new provision based on your requirement. And finally guys, the Terraform destroy command is used to destroy the infrastructure created by Terraform. It reads the Terraform configuration and identifies the resource provision and proceed to delete them. Guys, it interacts with the cloud provider API to delete the specified resources, and it is important guys. Guys, I hope you understand now the importance of 4 Terraform command. These commands allows you to initialize, plan, apply and destroy your infrastructure, and enabling you to easily manage and control your infrastructure as a code using Terraform. Guys, as you can see here, these are the steps that you can follow to create a new VM using Terraform code. Guys, before switching to the GCP console page, I'll explain how to write a Terraform code and Terraform important files. Guys, as you can see here, you can write a Terraform code in multiple ways to create a new server in Google Cloud Platform. As you can see here, I write a Terraform code in 2 ways. You can write your desired infrastructure resources including provider, resource, variable and modules in a single file as main.tf. Or you can write your desired infrastructure resources including provider, resource, variable and modules in multiple file likes variable.tf, provider.tf and output.tf and main.tf file. Now you think, why do you need undefined variable.tf, provider.tf and output.tf and main.tf files in Terraform? Guys, in Terraform we define variable.tf, provider.tf and output.tf and main.tf files for better organization, reusability and maintainability of our infrastructure code. Each file serves as a specific purpose guys. Let's discuss in variable.tf file. You define an input variable that allows you to parameterize your Terraform configuration. Variables are placeholder for values that can be passed to your Terraform modules and configuration when you apply them. They make your configuration more flexible and reusable. By defining a variable in a separate file, you can easily manage and update the values without touching the main configuration code. This separation of concern makes your code more maintainable and enables different environment like development, staging, production to use the different variables values. I hope so guys. Now you can understand why required for variable.tf file. Basically guys, this is the reusable file. Then provider.tf. Guys, you specify the cloud provider or the backend of the Terraform will uses to the provision and manage the resources. And inside the provider.tf file, just guys, you can mention your provider name like Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure and the Amazon AWS and more. Then guys, output.tf file. If you define the output values that you want to display after the Terraform applies the configuration. Outputs are useful for providing information about the infrastructure that was created for exporting certain values for external use. For an example guys, you might define the output to display the IP address of a new created server. Lastly, the main.tf file. It is the main configuration file where you define the actual infrastructure components and their relationship. Guys, this is the important file for in Terraform code. This is where you create resources, specify your configuration and define the dependency between the different resources and more. The main configuration file typically includes the module declaration, resources blocks, data blocks and other configuration element. Guys, it is also reference to the variable and provides defined in the corresponding file. Guys, now I hope so you can understand now what is variable.tf file, what is provider.tf file, output.tf file and main.tf file. Guys, now you think what is providers in Terraform. Terraform supports a wide range of providers, each dedicated to managing resources in a specific cloud provider like Google Cloud, AWS and Azure. Each provider has its own set of resource type and data sources that can be used to define and manage the corresponding infrastructure components. Guys, now I'll explain what Terraform state file is. This is the very important file, guys. In Terraform, the state file is a crucial component that tracks the current state of the infrastructure managed by Terraform. It keeps tracks of which resources were created, modified or destroyed by Terraform. And third point is, guys, this mapping ensure the Terraform can accurately identify the existing resources and desert the state defined in your Terraform configuration. For each resources, the state file records the current attributes and metadata. These attributes include things like IP addresses, instance ID, security group and other details the Terraform need to manage in the infrastructure. The state file also includes the information about the provider used in the configuration and specific version being used. Now I hope so you can understand what Terraform state file is. You can follow these ways to create a new server using variable.tf file, provider.tf file, output.tf file, main.tf file. Guys, in our upcoming session, I'll explain more details about Terraform so that you can easily understand to create a new server and all other services using the Terraform code. As you can see here, I'll show you in lab as I mentioned all the steps here. In the first step, I'll create a new directory called as Terraform lab. In the second step, I'll switch to the Terraform directories or folder. In the third step, I'll create a Terraform main.tf file and write the configuration file details inside the main.tf file. In the fourth step, I'll run the Terraform init command to initialize the Terraform working directory and it prepares the directory to interact with the selected cloud provider by downloading the necessary provider plugins and setting up the backend configuration. In the fifth step, I'll run the Terraform plan command to generate an execution plan based on the current state of the infrastructure and the desired state specified in the Terraform configuration file. In the sixth step, I'll run the Terraform apply command to apply the changes defined in the Terraform configuration file to the infrastructure. It reads the configuration and compare it to the current state and create a modifies or delete resources as necessary. In the seventh step, I'll run the Terraform destroy command to destroy the infrastructure created by Terraform and save unnecessary expenses. Guys, as you can see here, this is the Terraform main.tf file. As I highlighted all the points like compute instance, resource name, server name, machine type, zones name, OS image name, network name and more. Guys, all the codes are available in Terraform registry. Copy the code from the Terraform registry and based on your requirement, you create and modify it. Guys, go to the GCP console website and log in with your Google Cloud credential. I already logged into my GCP account. As you can see here, the GCP console page. Guys, once you are logged in, you can access the Cloud Shell by clicking the active Cloud Shell icon here. Guys, as you can see here, and click on active Cloud Shell here. Guys, it might take a few moments to initialize the environment. After initialization, you will see the command line interface within the GCP console. Guys, as you can see here, you can start using the Cloud Shell just like a regular Linux terminal. Guys, now you can click open in new window icon here. Then back to your GCP console page and close the Cloud Shell here. Now you can start using the Cloud Shell just like a Linux terminal here. Guys, in first step I will create a new directory called Terraform Lab. Then press enter. Then second step, you navigate to your Terraform Lab folder and verify what are the files is available here. No file is available here, guys. Now I'll create a main.tf configuration file here using vi editor, guys. Then press enter. Then press I for insert mode. Now guys, the same main.tf file code is available here. Just I'll copy from here and I'll add it here like Ctrl+Shift+V. Guys, as you can see here, this is the resource Google Compute instance and the machine type is F1 micro, and you know guys, the zone is US Central 1C and the server name is Terraform Server 103, and as I selected here boot disk type like image is Debian 11 and network is default, guys, as you can see here. Now you can save it, press escape :WQ, then press enter. Then you can verify your main.tf file as you can see here, guys. Now guys, I'll run the Terraform init command to initialize the Terraform working directory, and it prepares the directory to interact with selected cloud provider by downloading the necessary provider plugins and setting up the backend configuration. The first command like guys Terraform init command, then press enter. Guys, now you can see here the Terraform has successfully initialized. Then guys, second command Terraform plan, then press enter. Then guys, click on authorize here. As you know, the Terraform plan command to generate an execution plan based on the current state of the infrastructure and the desired state specified in the Terraform configuration file. As you can see here, guys, all the details for Terraform plan command after executed. This is the resource, compute instance name, and all the details here, guys. This is the boot disk and all the details is here, guys. And network and guys, now I'll run the Terraform apply command to apply the changes to define in the Terraform configuration file to the infrastructure. Then press enter. Now guys, you can write here is yes, then press enter. Now as you can see here, the Google Compute instances server is creating by Terraform. It reads the configuration file and compare it to the current state and create, modify or delete resources as you are needed. Guys, as you can see here, the Terraform successfully complete and the resources is created. Guys, let's move to our console page and navigate to that, the Compute Engine instance page. Guys, as you can see here, this is your new server, Terraform Server 103, by using Terraform code. Then guys, based on your requirement, whatever you want, you do it. Then connect it through SSH, and guys, it will take time. Click on authorize. Guys, as you can see here, this is your new VM. Then whatever you want, guys, you do it here and simply close from here. Guys, this is the first lab. Guys, in the second lab, I'll show you how do you create a new Linux server using Terraform multiple files. Now, I'll create three new Terraform files as variable.tf, provider.tf and main.tf file here. First of all guys, just I'll create a new directory from here. Data, then navigate to that folder. Guys, I'll verify now. There is no file is available here. Now I am in the current directory data, as you can see here. Guys, now I'll create a first file provider.tf, then press I. Guys, this is your provider.tf code. Just copy and paste it here. This is a 3-line code guys. Just as I mentioned, Google as a cloud provider, then project ID and region. And as you can see here guys, just I pass a parameter var.project and var.region. Then save it, escape :wq and press enter. Then verify is your provider.tf file. As you can see here, this is your code. Then similarly guys, just I'll create second file is variable.tf file. Then press I. And start your practice using Terraform code. Guys, as you can see here, just first variable parameter name is project, nothing but this is a project ID. And just in the default section guys, just I'll pass the value here key. This is a project ID. And similarly, this is a zone name, region, instance name, machine type, network ID, subnet, image name. Let's now save it, then verify your variable.tf file. As you can see here, all the code here. Guys, next I'll create main.tf configuration file, then press I. Guys, this is the main.tf file here. Just first I'll save it, then verify the main.tf file. Now as you can see here, before the main.tf file in first lab, just I'll assign the hardcode value here. I mean the directly value, the name of the instance name I'll assign directly here with the double quotation tab. Now as you can see here, just pass the variable. This is the variable parameter name. Then second guys, the var.machine type, var.zones, and the var.instance name. As you can see your var.subnet and blah blah. This is the easiest way guys. You can define a customizable code in Terraform that can be reusable in multiple environments like dev, production, EOT. Guys, now similarly, just first command I'll execute here, Terraform init command. As you can see here guys, the Terraform initialize command can be successfully executed. Then guys, second command, the Terraform plan, you can execute it and you can verify your configuration file, whatever you want, all are correct here or not. This is the guys, the Terraform 104 server here. Guys, just I'll show you. Now we have a one new server just before we have created the Terraform server 103. Now the Terraform server name is 104. Guys, now the final command, the Terraform apply command. You can press enter, then write yes here guys, then press enter and wait a couple of seconds to create your new virtual machine. Guys, basically as you can see here, 30 seconds to create a new virtual server in Google Cloud Platform. That is the beauty of Google Cloud guys. As you can see here, then guys, now you can refresh here. Guys, as you can see here, the Terraform 104, Terraform 103, the two VM is available here guys. Now I hope so you can understand. I hope so now you understand the Terraform command and how to create a new server using Terraform command in Google Cloud Platform. If you want to destroy your new virtual server, then you can write your command like Terraform destroy here, destroy. Now you can write yes here guys for your confirmation, then wait a couple of seconds guys. Now refresh here. As you can see here guys, the instance is being running state and now the instance state is being stop state. Now guys, as you can see here, this instance is being stopped after execute your Terraform destroy command. As you can see here, the destroy complete successfully, resource 1 is destroyed, and then navigate to that your GCP compute engine section here guys, and as you can see here, the Terraform 104 server permanently deleted here guys. Similarly, you can use the Terraform destroy command based on your requirements. You can use only for the Terraform destroy command for the practice purpose guys. If it would be helpful for you, then please share with your friends and subscribe to this channel. Thank you and have a great day.